Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We have content coming out for you guys constantly. And a shout out of appreciation to our patrons. We have great appreciation for every single one of you guys. All those tips and support only going to go towards making the channel better. We really want to be able to add more games in, especially roulette. So as soon as we're able to afford to do so, we will be bringing them in. I hope you guys are enjoying all the exclusive videos we're putting out for the patrons every single week. If you're curious about it, go ahead and check the description of the video down below this video for more information. And if anybody has any strategies, questions, anything they would like to see us film, be it regarding dice, blackjack, baccarat, pai gow, please email us at sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. We love shooting these videos for you guys. Just haven't been getting a whole lot of them lately, so please send it to us. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's episode. Today's episode, I'm going to cover a couple of different things that are questions or comments that we have received. The first one is regarding trends that we see on the tables. Do I see a lot of trends on the tables? Yes and no. Yes, I see trends. No, there's nothing predictable. We can go 0.7 out, 30-minute roll, 0.7 out, 20-minute roll, 0.7 out, 25-minute roll. There really is no trends. The problem is that the dice are random. As long as it hits the back wall, the dice are random, and nothing is going to change that randomization. So there's not much you can do as far as, say, trying to predict what's going to happen. One of the funniest things for dealers is when we see people standing there with a piece of paper writing down every single dice roll. Absolutely cracks us up. We joke around and we call them dice counters, and it's just amusing to us. We've even asked, I've asked 3 times, I've asked the dice counter. So, having any success with that? And all 3 times I've gotten the answer of, no, doesn't really do anything. And one of them, I saw counting dice, sitting there writing down every single dice roll for about a year. And then it faded away and stopped doing it. Another one, watched him, and that first one, by the way, we asked his wife, does that actually help him any? And she goes, no, it's stupid. I don't know why he does it. It's pretty funny. They're both, by the way, absolutely wonderful people. We love to dealing to both of them. They are amazing, amazing, amazing people. The second one, I saw him doing it for about 2 years. And then it kind of faded away and he stopped doing it. About once a month I'll see him doing it again. But I noticed that he doesn't even care if he misses a roll or two and doesn't get to write it down because he's realized that it's utterly meaningless. And the last one still does it. I've seen him do it for almost 3.5 years now. And I've also never seen him catch a big win. So, that is what it is. So, unfortunately, no, trends you're not going to be able to identify on the dice table. All you can hope for is that, hey, seems like the dice are going cold. I'm gonna go ahead and bet the dark side and hope that it stays cold. Really, everything with dice is just a hope. You're hoping that the dice will go with what you are betting. On that note, I want to talk about house edge. There are some gamblers that believe that house edge is the be-all and end-all with gambling. The problem is, it's not. Unless you just want to lose. Here's the thing. I'm going to use pass line bet. And I'm going to go over the corner here because that way you guys can see it. Okay. Pass line bet. Pass line bet, because it has a 2-to-1 chance of winning versus losing on a come out roll, has a great, great, great house edge. It is a favorite on the come out roll, and then depending on what the point may be, it is at a disadvantage, but it may not be by a lot. So that has an excellent house edge. It has the best house edge in craps, especially when you consider the odds that have 0 house edge. Pass line bet and therefore come bets have the best house edge, on a craps table. So people that believe that every other strategy or anything else you bet is dumb because the house edge on the pass line bet is the absolute best are setting themselves up to lose. Here's the thing. That has the best house edge. The house still has an edge. Just because that has a smaller house edge does not mean that the player is favored. You're not. It's called a house edge for a reason. The house still has an edge. The entire point behind playing this game is to be able to catch one of those times that defy the odds. So if you're catching one of those times that defy the odds, the house edge starts to become a little bit less meaningless. Now, that does not mean you want to play the bets with the absolute worst house edge and the highest payouts. Not saying that either. You have to find the balance in the middle. People that have this idea that only the house edge is what matters, and if you don't play anything, if you only play what has the best house edge is the only way to win, you're not going to win. One, you're going to lose over time because, again, house edge. The house still has an edge. Two, when you do catch that roll that defies the odds and defies the house edge, you're going to win the least amount of money on the table versus anybody else that has any other strategies. Because, again, you're playing one bet only, that has a very, 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 very minimal house edge. Okay? And that's if you're doing the odds. If you're doing the odds, you're going to win less than the house wins. So you want to catch those rolls where you win more often than the house does. In which case now you need to look at what's going to pay you more. Here's the other thing. That pass line bet definitely has great house edge when you include the come out roll. Right? But once there is a point, once you have gone past the come out roll portion of it goes away. It becomes meaningless. It is an entirely separate entity from what is going on now. Remember, every roll is its own entity, its own roll by itself. That you have to remember, which is why place bets over put bets make more sense. Even though you have a slightly less, theoretically, slightly less payout than the odds, you're losing the flat bet and the even money portion of it. So unless you're on a 10 times odds table, you're better off with the place bet. Additionally, the entire point behind the strategies and winning more money when you defy the odds is being able to press your bets. It's a lot more difficult to press your come bets and your put bets. It's possible, yes, and we've featured that in some of the other videos, but one, a lot of dealers don't understand it. Two, it's very slow to do because the dealers really have to stop and think, break it down. And three, there are some casinos that don't allow it. They're foolish, but there are some casinos that don't allow put bets. If they don't allow put bets, then they're not going to allow you to press a come bet unless you're actually going through the come, in which case you are randomly landing on your numbers anyway. So there's definitely there is a balance between playing the house edge and playing to win. It's a huge difference. Playing the lowest house edge means you're basically playing not to lose, although you're going to lose over time because the house has an edge. Versus playing bets that have a slightly larger house edge but a significantly better payout over time. If you catch, you're going to lose faster, of course, over time. But if you catch that right roll, that is the entire point of playing, you're going to win so much more than the player that is just doing the house edge. It's kind of like the difference between a player that is only betting $5 on, say, black or red on roulette, or say $10 black or red. They put $10 on black, or they put $10 on red, versus the player that puts $5 on black and then $5 out on the numbers on the inside. Okay, those numbers on the inside have a much worse house edge, but since the black and red are also single roll bets, which if you've noticed, we usually steer you guys away from the single roll bets here in craps, but everything in roulette's single roll bet. So, you know, everything is either going to win or lose right then and there. Player that is only playing black or red has the best house edge, But if they catch just some great spins of the ball, they're going to win less than the player that catches some great spins of the ball and bet a little bit more risky. Depends on what you're playing for. Are you playing to slowly lose your money, or are you playing to win? That's the question, and that's where these strategies come from. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening. And if you guys have any questions, please email us, cincinnatilivinglv@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. Bye now.